So let's take a look at this part number or keyword search. There's several ways you can use it. Um, the first being is if I had anything loaded in my prefix or serial field. So if I put a machine or engine prefix or a machine or engine serial number in this field here, and then put in a part number or keyword, it's only going to cross-reference against anything I have in here, which is a very handy tool to have. Now the other way you can use it, if you don't have anything loaded up over here, it's going to give you search results for everything. For all machines. So if you put in a keyword, you're going to get a lot of results. But if you put in a part number, let's say you got a part number from somebody at Milton Cat, or you saw something online, however you got that part number, and you just want to see what it looked like in a parts consist, or get more information on that, maybe see where it was used, you could throw in a part number to just take a look at it. So what that replaces is in WebSys, we had something called advanced full text search. Where you'd put in a part number and then you'd choose what kind of information you were looking for. So if it was parts ID, you could click search. And then certainly if you wanted to search against a prefix, you could. So essentially what this overtook was just a basic advanced full text search. So if I put in a part number, let's try this 3607299, and I'll click search with no prefix loaded up. I have 35 results. So what it's going to default as soon as I hit search on that, it's going to give me all results. And you can see over here under filters, I have this hemispherical globe, and it's giving me, that's all results. But I can narrow down to just parts results by clicking on the parts gear. I can narrow it down by articles, so like service articles. So anytime that part number showed up in some type of technical information bulletin or service bulletin, that's where that would appear. Or if there was any other publications that part number appeared, if I click publications, I can narrow it down that way. So let's say I just wanted parts results, so I click this gear. Now I'm down to 31 results. So there's a couple things you can do with that. You can see on this search result here, it's part of, this is the higher level. I searched the 3607299, and the higher level for that, it's part of this group of 3901358 for this particular machine. I searched it, and then when I scroll down, it'll be highlighted. If the part number I searched directly appears in my consist, it'll be right there. So you can see 3607299 is part of number 9, which is down in here in my consist. The other results you may have noticed, so you can kind of see that part number is highlighted in yellow, and then it says it was replaced by a 5417577. What this screen is doing is giving you a heads up, basically saying if you click into this group, you won't see in the consist part number 3607299, but instead what you'll see is the part that replaced it, which is a 5417577. So 31 results is a lot. If it was something I needed more information on, that's where I'd probably put in a serial number or prefix just to narrow down my results. Now you can certainly click into any one of these to take a look at the picture, and there's no risk in clicking on that. You can easily, kind of off screen here, but in your browser you can hit the back arrow and it just brings you back to this screen. There's also these pictures over here. It's kind of a generic picture graphic that they have. If you click on that, it'll give you a picture preview and you can take a look at that parts group if that's something you are after. Click it again, it goes away. You can open up all the pictures by clicking this double stacked image, and it will open all of them up for you, and then close them back down. Just click it again. There's a couple different things you can do. All right. So let me go back to my home screen. Keyword search. So if you did just a general keyword search without anything loaded up here, your search results would be massive, and it wouldn't do you a whole lot of good. So if you are going to keyword search, be careful how you keyword. Spelling is definitely going to count. Less is more. And you have to make sure you're calling it what CAT's going to call it in WebSys. So the famous example is the thermostat for like your coolant lines in your engine. CAT doesn't call that a thermostat, they call that a temperature regulator. So if you search regulator, you would get results. If you search thermostat, you may not get any parts results. So just be careful with that search. Like I said, less is more as well. So if you're looking for the turbocharger drain line, and you search turbocharger oil drain line, you may not get results. It's too much in there. Instead, you could just search turbo and then narrow your results after that. You can do, like if you don't know, let's say I had a serial number loaded up. If you're not sure how to spell something, you can put in as much as you know on how to spell it and then do what's called a wildcard search. So if it was an antenna you were looking for, you don't know how to spell antenna, you can do A-N-T and then put an asterisk. That's what we call a wildcard search. So what it's basically saying is, hey, find me all the results for things that start with A-N-T and then something after that. So like the example I gave you before with the turbocharger lines, if you just search turbo, put an asterisk, it'll give you the results. And then you can narrow down your search results from there. So let's do this. Let's try to find the filters for this machine. So I'll just type in the word filter. I'll hit search. Okay, so for this machine, just the word filter came up 521 results between parts, publications, and articles. So I'm looking for the part number. So let's narrow that down from 521. Let me click the parts gear. And now it'll be narrowed down to 81 results. Okay, so then from there, you can narrow down by system. So let's say you were looking for the air filter for this. I can narrow it down, air inlet and exhaust. I check that off, click apply. Okay, so that'll bring me right to my air cleaner group. I can also narrow down by what's called an SMCS code. So your SMCS codes, your options will narrow down if I've picked anything under systems. If it didn't, if I removed that filter, and here's all my filters, said go back to where we were before, and if I just went to the air cleaner group or the secondary air element, if that was looking for, I can also narrow. These are a little more specific. This is a general product structure systems. This is more general in your SMCS code. It's basically by a job code. So I can find part numbers that way by narrowing it down. So if I did air cleaner, I clicked on that, clicked apply, get only one result. Then I can click on the air cleaner. And then there's my primary and secondary air filter. So there's definitely ways you can kind of search and then narrow your search down from there. It can be very helpful when you're using this field. Like I mentioned before, if you have a media number, if you have access to the service files as part of your agreement with Milton Cat, you can put in media numbers into this field here and search them against the serial number. So sometimes you'll get like an IRM or a technical information bulletin or a service article, and it'll reference another publication or reference another technical information bulletin or something of that nature. You can reference that media number in here against the serial number. And you don't even have to have a serial. If you know the media number, you can plug it in and find your service article that way.